feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it's sink or swim, only option is to win. In the murky water, not a thought of giving in.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host Lee Heisman today, and of course our guest today, Bradley Sherwood, who's a partner in Mighty Eighth Media, a digital marketing agency, and they do much, much more. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. You can always catch a wrap-up of all of our podcasts at shrimptankpodcast.com. You can download us at Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and all around the internet. And remember this, it's your choice to get an MBA in entrepreneurship. You can learn from the School of Hard Knocks, or you can listen to the Shrimp Tank and hear from the some 160 entrepreneurs that we've talked to about building, growing, and running a successful business.
Bradley, today on the show you talked about your business, and it kind of gets confusing for entrepreneurs out there to understand who do they use for social media, what do you do as a marketing company. Can you kind of talk to our audience and explain to them what you do and what your special market is?
Sure. So we are a creative marketing agency. So a lot of companies will come to us and they are typically a company that's very successful, or they've had a competitor that's starting to outpace them a little bit, and they're looking for a company to come in and kind of take everything over. They've got a lot of ideas, but they need the implementation, or they need the ideas as well. We come in and we kind of attach to their company. We're kind of like their outsourced marketing department, but it's all the talents under our roof. We become very close with them. We understand their business, their goals, and we handle everything for them, from their branding, their marketing, their online presence, their digital, et cetera.
I'm curious, when you have a creative marketing agency and you have, 5, 10, 15 creative people all in a room, I'd imagine it can be challenging to build culture because everyone's working on a different project, has a different artistic style. How do you create culture at your company so everyone's sort of on the same page while they're working on different projects?
For us, it's kind of started from day one. We really had this attitude that you had to have ownership in everything that you did. We wanted everyone to feel like they were empowered. That's a big word I know we use these days, but
Sure.
For us, it was always the goal was do the best work that we can do for the client. And if we had people that were brought in that weren't following that mantra, then it just wasn't a good fit. And that culture kind of thrives on each other. People witness it. They see people doing the best work that they can do. They want to embody that. They almost feel it's like watching a pack of wolves. If you get one person that's not doing it to the level that everyone else is, they begin to turn on them and to say, you either need to step it up or this isn't the place that's going to be the best for you.
So they hold each other accountable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, holding yourself accountable and really looking out for our listening audience here, when someone's out there looking for social media, for marketing, you can jump online, do Fiverr for $5. Anybody can always find something cheaper. What distinguishes your organization from those online fly-by-night places where they feel they can get it cheaper?
Sure. I think that a lot of those places, you're making just a transactional sale. You're telling someone very quickly, I need a social media campaign. Well, they don't know anything about your company. They don't know why you do what you do. They don't know what your goals are. They don't really understand what your vision might be for the product. You might be able to get something back that you kind of like, but I think to do anything well, especially in marketing, there needs to be a plan. There needs to be a team that really sits down and hammers it out and challenges things that are being developed. And that at the end of it, we always laugh that we'll have these ideas, we'll sit down, we'll really grow them, but we beat each other up pretty hard in a very friendly, family kind of way. But the goal is to make sure by the time it leaves the agency that it's the best it can be. And if you're getting online and you're putting in $5 and getting something back out of the slot machine, I don't think it's really going through that process.
So if you got a business owner that's watching the show today and they have a choice to spend $1 and either do Google advertising or basically do Facebook advertising, where's the better place to spend that $1?
I wish that there was a silver bullet answer for that, but
right.
you really have to understand your business and understand where your client may look. If your client is browsing, if they're spending time on Facebook and you're trying to create brand awareness, Facebook is very visual and easy for them to do. If they're on Google searching YouTube videos and you're doing in-stream advertising, that's an amazing place to get a lot of awareness. If you're trying to just hire someone to do a quick repair service, they're typing in Google that they need quick repair on something, that's where you need to be. They're not going to go to Facebook to look for that repairman typically.
So it just depends on the kind of business you have and the kind of marketing you plan on doing. Well, for those folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up and they've got marketing needs, whether like we were just talking about, it's digital marketing, getting their social media campaigns up and going, taking over the branding for a company, or really like you were talking about here, acquiring more customers in their business and ramping that up, how can they touch with you and learn more about Mighty Eighth Media?
Yeah, well, they can find us online. That's the best place to start, and you can kind of learn a little bit about us. It's at M as in Mighty, the number 8, T as in Tom, H as in Henry.com.
These are the guys that you got to talk to. Check out their website. It's extremely well done, which means, you know, when a website is well done, that tells you a little bit something about the company that probably comes behind it. And for you folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up today, just remember this. Like, we were talking about warplanes today, and if you're in the cockpit and in a fighter plane, the one thing that I think saves your hide all the time is marketing. Sometimes your products may not be up to snuff, and that can hurt you over time. Sometimes your services might not be up to snuff, and that can hurt you. But marketing is the one eject button you can hit all the time to bring in new customers. That will help keep your business going. Don't forget that, and that's your post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.